Do you know what are insured cloud commitments? Stay here and learn how they can save you some money. But before I start explaining to you, let me give you a stat. So 35% of the cloud is waste, and there is a lot of resources that go down the drain along with the money that they cost due to bad resource allocation and over provisioning. So how you can prevent that? But why do people waste resources in cloud? Sometimes it's related to bad provisioning, and this is normally due to bad allocation in terms of cloud commitments. But what are cloud commitments? So think of cloud commitments like buying in bulk into a warehouse store. You get a large quantity of something, in this case, cloud resources, and in exchange you get a considerable discount. So traditionally there has been two types of commitments, either the reserve instances, the first one that they appear, or the new approach, which is a savings plan. But you might be thinking like, why doesn't everybody do cloud commitments? So the problem with cloud commitments is that you get compromised by several amount of time. For example, you can get deals for 1 or 3 years. So it's similar like when you do a gym membership and then you start a year subscription with full motivation, and then all of a sudden you get other priorities. You may have kids, you may have a lot of workload, and then you are stuck with your gym subscription and you have to still pay a lot of money while not using the gym at all. So this is where insured cloud commitments come in handy. You can get the benefit of shorter amount of time, such as 30 days. And then if you happen to over provision, you get a paycheck with the difference between what you have provisioned and what you have utilized. That sounds better, right? Well, that's what Archera is doing. They are disrupting this cloud cost management with what they call insured cloud commitments. This is what sets Archera approach apart. They have their own version of the reserve instances called guaranteed reserve instances, or GRIs, and the guaranteed savings plan, which is their alternative to savings plans, the GSPs. They provide debit and credit limit as short as 30 days or longer amount of time, such as 1 year. And then you will only be assessed with a premium if your commitment generates savings. It's like the better version of my house insurance. But how this model can be a feasible business model? How can Archera pay large amount of money? Well, they leverage reinsurance to make this viable. But you might be asking, what's reinsurance, right? So I'm going to try and explain it to you. What Archera does is buy insurance from another company. In this case, in the event of a lot of customers having under-provisioned resources, Archera might have to pay a lot of money. By using reinsurance, Archera protects themselves in case of this event. To make sure they can pay for all the commitments, Archera leverages the reinsurer, so they help them pay part of the money in case of an event like this happens. In return, Archera will pay this reinsurance company a fee. Okay, so that was a lot of explanation, but how this works in the real world? So I'm going to show you a use case of how you can leverage insured cloud commitments. Take, for example, the company Kemet Trading. They were unsure about the cloud cost and whether or not they could be over-provisioning. On using Archera, they gained visibility about their cloud cost, and they were able to make short-term commitments that were much more aligned with their cloud spend. This way, they got their cloud cost down while never committing to a long-term contract. Now, while this model provides a lot of flexibility and minimized cost risks, it has some drawbacks related to traditional cloud commitments. After all, the depth of the cost saving won't be as high as if you got a traditional cloud commitment. If you are able to properly identify your capacity in 1 or 3 years, maybe the traditional approach is better. It really depends on the organization at the moment that you are in. Then why should FinOps professionals be interested in insured cloud commitments? One, because they get certain commitments that could generate some savings for their company or their clients while not getting into large contracts. Second, because you get cloud cost in check while keeping the agility of short-term contracts. And also you have to take into account that you get additional tools with these commitments that could help you save more. So as cloud technologies continue to evolve, so have the cost management solution. Insured cloud commitments is a step in that direction. Whether you are dealing with unpredictable workloads or you have to have short-term commitments, I think this concept is worth exploring. I encourage you to dig deeper into the concept of insured cloud commitments and how they can fit into your FinOps strategy. It might be the missing piece that you need for getting your FinOps strategy to work. So now is your turn. Did you know about insured cloud commitments? Have you had some bad experience with over-provisioning or long-term contracts? Share it on the comments below and see if we can make cloud provisioning better. That's all on my side. Next time.